Hi Virgo, welcome to your monthly reading. As always, keep in mind that this is only a general reading. Always take what it feels right and with what does resonate within your own life experiences during this time. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. For the month of January, as usual, I have a special sales offer available, and for this month it's called Chapter 22 and it's a yearly guidance. So it's a reading that focuses on bringing some messages and awareness into what kind of main themes and circumstances are to be expected for this next year's cycle for you. So if you would like to know more details about it, just check the info down below or email me with your questions down below. You can also find the current list of reading services I offer and the link to donate if you would like to for my channel. So Virgo, I'll be channeling intuitively the messages coming through for the collective of your sign, and then we'll tie it together with the cards that will also be showing up. So I feel like for some of you, January brings here some sort of tender feeling, tender experience. There's tenderness, affection, affectionate energy around, coming from you, coming from others. There's something about peace. So for those of you that have really wished upon experiencing more inner peace or becoming, being more at peace with situations in your life, I feel like the month of January favors all kind of peace, presence, peaceful presence, and even peace in the sense of making amends, receiving apologies, giving apologies, restoring relationships, regenerating yourself, emotionally, physically, mentally. There's just this very calm and ease, or you easing into January with this mellow energy. There's something like a sweet lullaby here. So it's an interesting energy because I feel like for some of you it's this uncomfortable feeling at the same time that things are so quiet, so peaceful, or turning, into that direction. So quiet, so peaceful, so healthy, so balanced. It's like you're not used to this, or it gives you a certain amount of anxiety, that peace. I feel like some of you are too used to, drama, negative energies taking over, being in a restless vibration, anxious vibration. So the fact that you're just calm, or getting quite calm and quite balanced in your approach about things, it can, surprise yourself, right? I feel like there might be a specific situation in which you were really upset and mad about that. Now you're going to have an opposite way of dealing with it, and it's granting you here some sort of spiritual bliss. The fact that you're doing that, the fact that you're choosing the right, it's like you're choosing the right course of action to deal with something. Not to say that you were doing it right or wrong, but it's more in alignment with what your soul needs to be okay, to be at peace again, to be working properly, functionally, and give you its best. So I feel like there's something about you needing to be more receptive to refinement, to the application of some spiritual truths into your reality. Things that you feel are too, cliche, or, everybody, does that or says that, and you don't agree, or you think that it's just BS. There's things about you discovering, ways to bring spiritual truths to your life meaningfully, purposefully, and functionally. So again, in a way that really works. It's not just the concept, it's not just the idea of it. You're seeing it do the magic. You're seeing it work. So you can start to see things manifesting much easier and faster. You can start to see, you know, signs everywhere. Your intuition could be guiding you just right. You can start to just see things clear and clear and clear and clearer, because you feel better overall about yourself, your life, the moment you're in. The past is not as, you know, there's something here about the past not hanging you as before. So there was here for some of you Virgos moments where your past, or the past, how things were, how things happened, tortured you. It was like this chamber of torture that you were stuck in, and you're breaking free from that. For some of you, you have been breaking free from it for a while. But you know, when you do feel completely free and with almost no baggage at all, or you just feel like you have suddenly all this space inside, all this availability. That's the feeling here, is you dropping a huge burden that for many of you Virgos has to deal with not accepting how something was, being angry, being sad, sour about what was. I also feel like there's something here about they are taking responsibility. So there's someone taking responsibility for their mistakes, for their end of the bargain. So if you also wished upon that someone would take responsibility for their mistakes, I feel like it's coming for many of you. For others, you could also be more willing to take responsibility, to also see maybe your mistakes, your flaws, where your impatience has led you to do things, to say things that you didn't mean. January is interesting because it offers and promotes a lot of healing, a lot of peace and tranquility in your life, which is a perfect energy to just live and create and be present harmoniously within your relationships and within the things you have going on. But I also feel you a little bit again on the edge, in the sense that now what? Is that feeling of things being so quiet that now what? What's next? And the feeling here is that January is not about it's not you being anxious about tomorrow or leaving too much for the future. Is much more about it. That doesn't mean that you can't have obviously your dreams and your goals to accomplish, but take January more as a month for you to just be. To just be present, to just take in so many things that you have been distracted from, that you have not been able to see, that you have not been able to enjoy. It's a month that asks that you enjoy things for what they are, because you're going to see that they are much better and prettier than maybe what you thought they were or how you were seeing them to be. You could still feel like you're very closed off in your process, in your shell. So it's a month where you can also be more, more to yourself, more introspective, lonely, soul searching, doing your own thing, experiencing that peace and that enjoyment, but more by yourself. Or you can feel that it's hard for you to really come out of that isolation mode that some of you have been in. Because you have here the Four of Pentacles and the Hermit. So you see this is an energy that is extremely closed off. You might want to take some time for yourself, more than usual, just by yourself. Contemplating the stars, having that illumination, having that understanding that spiritual enlightenment brings. I also feel like it's like you need to know something for sure before you come out of your hiding places. You could also be trying to hold on too tight, all right, again, to things that don't matter anymore. So this depends on where you are, Virgo. If you're too attached to the past, if you're too attached to and fixated on like a possessive way of living or being, then the month might not be as effective in this energy of peace and transmuting negative into positive as it could be. But at the same time, I feel like it's very hard for you not to have at least that peace offer from the universe knocking at your door very loud. If you will open the door or not, well, we'll see. But I feel like there's actually 50-50 Virgos here. 50% of Virgos that will stay with the door shut because you're not ready. You haven't received that spiritual enlightenment yet. You're not ready to let go. And that's fine. And others that will. Yeah. Judgment. Others that definitely will give yourself a second chance. This is also about second chances. So this aspect of something knocking at your door can come in the form of you actually, you know, being called to give someone a second chance, to forgive someone that has done you wrong, or to listen at least to someone's case or what someone has to say to you. And will you listen to it, or will you shut the door? For others, it could be that you need to understand where you're heading, all right? Because where you're heading requires much more, again, spiritual enlightenment than what you're currently holding. Because there's something blocking your vision again, and it's this opening, almost like the January can also be a month where you can find like your third eye is opening up and wanting you to see something in particular. So you can have a lot of prophetic, insightful visions of the future, and you can also receive, it's like there's something about, you can experience some sort of headaches. These headaches seem to be associated with a lot of symptoms of spiritual and awakening for some of you. So for those of you that have never went through that, it could be that some Virgos are about to experience a spiritual awakening here. Now, this awakening can just be that you're going to start to look at things differently. And judgment is about evaluation, judging here, situations right, fairly. And I feel like one of the manifestations of this is, again, you finding that your responsibility, someone else's responsibility might even be very different from what you were initially perceiving. Maybe you understand that you don't want to hold on anymore to those concepts of who is guilty, who has the reason, who doesn't. Because I feel like some of you just want to be free. You want to be free from the spiritual burden that the situation has brought into your life for a while. And also, that pushed you into loneliness, that pushed you into isolation, that pushed you into perhaps a way of being that is very, I don't want to say selective. There's nothing wrong with being selective, but selective in a way where there's no room for change, novelty, for you to be surprised, for you to welcome in new elements. It's like it led you to be very closed off again to the new, because you have been seeing the new as a source of threat, something you can control. Some of this is also about giving up control, giving up control big time here, and allowing the rebirth, the judgment to take place, all right? Revelations to occur. There's a lot of activity here when it comes to just seeing things for what they are. And it's like they're much bigger than this, than the Four of Pentacles. So you could also see like there's something that maybe didn't give as much importance that is now going to have much more importance. Like you're going to understand the bigger picture of a situation, the purpose of a situation that brought maybe fear or insecurity to you. And now it's like you're seeing it differently. But as I said in the beginning, it's all about feeding peace, giving peace, allowing it to come to your life. I feel like there's a lot of spiritual presence in your month, so it's going to be hard to miss even for the more destructive Virgos. And I feel like there's something positive about this. It's like when you are more in doubt, there's going to be confirmation that you're heading into the right conclusions, the right path, the right frequency to get what you want. I also feel like right in the beginning of the year, you're making important decisions for your future. For your future path, all right, where you want to go. Do you really want to go somewhere new, start something new, or you want to redo something? And I feel like for many Virgos, you want a second chance. It's like you feel like you deserve a second chance on something that didn't work well the first time. And it's also allowing your ego to accept this. So there might be a little bit of a fight between ego and spirit here, because spiritually you feel like it's okay to give a second chance towards something that didn't go well the first time, but your ego might refuse that, find that offensive, you know. Hence the truth, the Fool. I do feel like many Virgos are just gonna let loose in a good way, much more than, you know, how you have been allowing yourself to let loose, to let go. I'm sorry, to let go in particular is a big difference. Let go in the sense that, all right, you have perhaps your fears here, your norms, your rules, your tightness still kind of present, but at least you're trying here. You're experimenting here. And I feel like there can be a sense of you also changing your ways, the ways you look at money, how you want to earn money, make money. There's definitely a sense of you changing a little bit here. That maybe you want to be free from obligations associated. All right, maybe you want to be free here from certain obligations, you know, commitments that put you in a schedule you don't want to be. So for those of you that have, you know, a very demanding job, you might be looking for ways to leave that job or to just organize your professional world differently, so you can have as much as financial security as you can have freedom for yourself to attend to your needs in a different way. For others, you're in a moment where you're in the pursuit of ways to earn more money, more financial stability, without it again trapping you into positions you don't want to be. Interesting, because you have the Judgment with the Lovers. So again, I do feel like the power of choice is so strong here. For many of you, the second chance situation is about a relationship. It's about connection. But it's like take the things happening in the month of January with the importance they have, because I feel like you might try to sabotage something, deny something of its importance. Sabotage here with the Seven of Swords. Lie to yourself even that you're better off alone, or you're better off not looking at this, when it does have some sort of level of importance to you. This can be about a connection that you have, where you have like walked away, hide away from this person or this connection, or they did that to you. But because the Seven of Swords is with you, Virgo, it's more likely you have ghosted someone, or just, I feel like you hide it away from someone because you were not dealing with the situation well. And now it's like, will you come out of the hiding place and bring peace to the situation? listen to what he has to say, listen to what he has to offer, or not. That's like a big theme here for many of you in January. So I hope you have a great month and a great year ahead. Hopefully we'll see each other soon.